ये ठीक है रखो इसको start. Welcome to Dr. Bali's show, Mr. Gill. Thank you for coming. And your name resonates your personality. Gill is Dil, full of courage, grit, determination. That's how I have known you over 15 years now. And you're known to do the most daredevilish acts of life, whether it's your hobby or it's your work. You approach everything with positivity and winsome spirit, whether it's flying a helicopter or doing horse riding or hitting a golf ball or arguing a case. And when as strong a personality as you is given a diagnosis of cancer, which unfortunately happened, not so unfortunate anymore because you're fully cured now. In 2015, as you shared with me, how did you face that diagnosis?
First of all,
what was your
Poonam, thank you for this lovely cup of coffee.
Thank you.
The right mix.
Hospitality is a custom in Bliss.
So I'll tell you the story. It's a very interesting story in my life about my cancer.
Ji.
I'll take you back to the year 2015. I had just come back from my holiday from Estonia, from after playing golf there.
Wow, Estonia, lovely place.
Yeah, it's a lovely place. So I had gone for a holiday.
Hanji.
And at that time, I just got my test done, and my PSA was 6.5,
which indicates.
No, it doesn't indicate.
It's an indicator of. It's a test for prostate for the
viewers' sake.
And
it's a test for prostate.
Yeah.
I went to my all doctor friends and said, they said, Gill, nothing to worry. This is nothing. 6.5 is nothing in your age. But then had my friend, she's a surgeon, Dr. Bali in Scots, now Fortis. She said, Gill, you're an educated fool. I'll tell you the exact words. I said, why? She said, go to a urologist. Don't be a dumb. You have to see a urologist.
Urologist.
Yeah. So I went to Dr. Taneja in Apollo. So he just, they do physical examination. They put their finger in your anus. And he examined me and he said, you have cancer, Mr. Gill.
There was a growth.
No, he says, I don't feel it. I have intuition. Your PSA has been jumping.
It's been very, very fluctuating.
Yeah, it is fluctuating. And so we have to run a PET scan on you. So that very day, I said it can't be. Because I am not symptomatic at all.
You were aware what the symptoms should have
been. I should have
lost weight
problem in urinating, retention of urine, but dribbling of urine. Yes. These are 2-3 things. Yes. When the prostate is grown or something wrong.
Yes.
So you can't control your urine either way around. There's a small dribble or you don't get. So I didn't have any of those things. So by the evening they ran a PET scan on me. And they said they found there is a growth. They say now there is a growth. We don't have a choice but to do a biopsy. I said, well, do it. I don't have a choice. And when you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. So they ran a biopsy on me. And when they were doing my biopsy, they also said that we don't feel there is a cancer. So I was happy that there is no cancer. So you just try to tell yourself that nothing is wrong with you. So I had a marriage to attend. I went to Punjab. From Punjab, I gave a call to my secretary, Ritu. She has been in for 22 years. I said, Ritu, you have brought my report. She said, I can't understand the report.
She was trying to
just not break the news.
Yes.
And when she said that, I said, well, I have cancer. So I came back and I talked to the doctor. He said, well, your biopsy says you have a 3rd stage cancer. So I said, what do I do? He said, you have 2 options. Either get yourself operated in India, or you go abroad to Mani Menon is the best surgeon in the world.
Right.
He innovated the robot known as Da Vinci used for for robotic surgery for prostate. Or you go to him in US. I said, all right. It was because they take about 5 weeks off
to let the inflammation die down
of the biopsy.
Yes,
in the meantime, it was 31st of December and I had a marriage to attend. We drank, we danced. And I forgot about it that we have a cancer. But in between that period, when I went home, the day I was diagnosed with the cancer, my wife was there, my two sons, my daughter-in-law was there, my little kiddo was there, and my granddaughter. And I said, well, folks, I have cancer.
It's been confirmed.
Yes. So they were all there. They had tears in their eyes. Then I went to the washroom and I wept like a child, uncontrollably.
I think you did that and then you broke the news to the family. Yeah, was it like that?
No. I broke the news, went into the bathroom because it has sunk into me that I have a cancer. First, it had not sunk into me, the cancer.
Now you shared and it got sunk.
It sunk. Because looking at their faces, it got sunk.
It got sunk.
Well, everybody was crying. So I went to the bathroom, cried a lot. After 15 minutes, washed my face, came out. I said, done. We have a problem.
Now the share came out.
Now the share came out. I said, we have a problem. So let's get it done. So in the meantime, I had a friend's daughter's wedding was there. We attended that. We danced. We didn't tell anybody. I said, let's not tell anybody. And then I said on 31st December, I said, I'll have my own bhog.
Bhog. Part.
That will be my bhog. I'll do it myself because I like the shabds. I will make them sing those hymns.
Yes.
Then we will have langar. And in the evening, we'll have a New Year party, which is a standard routine in our family to have a New Year party every year.
After the bhog, you always do a bhog?
No, we don't do a bhog.
This time you said,
I will do a bhog. This was my death bhog. In presumption that I might die.
But I think also indirectly you were looking for protection and blessings.
No, I was not looking
to go through the treatment properly and come back.
No, doc. I'll be very honest with you.
Really?
I said this is going to be my death bhog in the sense that if I'm not there to listen to it, it's not worth it. I'm going to do it during my lifetime. So I told the Ragis to sing my 5 shabds. My favorite was Apne karman ki gat main kya janu. Pashu moya to 100 kaam aaya, nar moya to kis kaam aaya. If the animal dies, he has got 100 value additions. But when man dies, he's got no value addition. So after that, we had a party in the evening and we celebrated. I gave a small speech. We might meet the next year. Let's see.
And your friends got the message?
No, nobody knew it.
Nobody got the message.
Nobody got. So next day we flew to the US.
Nobody questioned?
No, I didn't tell anybody.
No, but I mean, saying something like this was not normal from you.
Generally, it was not anything, it was not a sad sentence.
Achha.
It was a happy sentence, which I always say, let's meet next year.
Achha.
So if I just added the word if.
If we meet next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they didn't pay attention to it.
Nobody
They thought you were joking.
They were half drunk by the time.
Okay.
So I went to the US, got my surgery done. And I was there for a month. So in a month, I recovered, and we have incontinence in this prostate.
Yes.
And I was very lucky. In 2 months, it was over. I came back after they said that one lymph was cancer infected out of 26.
One lymph node.
Yeah. So you don't have, as a precaution, you should get your radiation done also.
Radiation done, yes.
Then after 5 weeks, in May, I went to Boston, to Dana-Farber. That's one of the world's biggest institutes in radiation. So when I went there, the Dr. D'Amico was there. He said, Gill, I have a suggestion to make. You're going to be with us for 2 months. Only 15 minutes a day.
Is this treatment?
Treatment, radiation.
Yes.
And for the rest of the day, you're off. And I don't want you to rest.
Go and live it up.
He said, enjoy it as a holiday. This is your lifetime holiday. I said, is it?
This was the month of January.
No, this was in May.
May, okay.
January, I got operated.
Yes.
For radiation, I went in
And
May.
then you came back and then went back.
Yeah, till I recovered. Because, the radiation has a problem.
Yes.
If sometimes people get it done immediately after the surgery, then the recovery stops there. Then your muscles don't get recovered. Your continence won't stop. So I took the option, okay, I'll give it 5 weeks.
Okay.
So there I went, then I started flying there. I'm a hobby flyer. Then I joined MIT for swimming. I played golf. And in the evening, I would go for 50 minutes radiation. And when they all looked at my positivity,
Hmm.
I wish I could have shown you the people who have written about me.
Hmm.
They made me do a speech in Harvard, how to live life.
Wow. Hmm.
So we enjoyed it to a great extent. We had a lot of fun, and fun in the sense
It
that
really helps, sir.
Yeah.
It really helps in recovery
no,
because
they taught us in 3-4 things. One was they made us do meditation every day. Then it was that the Chinese acupuncture, and then the massage.
yes.
And the fourth thing was, which was very important, was that you should suggest to yourselves every morning.
Auto suggestion.
Yeah. No, they say it's a command.
Yes.
Because there are about 2 trillion cells. If I may be wrong, 2 trillion or 1
Or
trillion.
more.
That you're going to be okay. Because every cell in a body
Will tell the other.
has an intelligence of its own. And they're interconnected.
Yes. There's intercellular communication
Yeah.
that happens all the time. That's how they govern everything.
Yes. So it's a governance inside. So that is how I, lived
Practiced
it up, practiced, and just had that. The fear of cancer went away, but then the frustration also creeps in because there's incontinence. You can't control your urine. You cough, you urinate. You walk, you urinate. These are the basic things which you confront.
Yes.
But then you get over with them. There are two options. Either you don't get over with them, or you're stuck in them. Or you just say, okay, this is going to happen. Then slowly, I became okay. But then they had a hormonal therapy for 2 years. Hormonal therapy fries your brain.
Because there's so many changes happen up and down. The hormonals are playing up.
No, they had a very nice, interesting way, although it's a little bit not very posh to stay. But this is exactly what doctor said. He said, Gill, once you go through this therapy, if 5 naked women you'll see and you'll see a hamburger, you'll be more interested in hamburger than the women.
Because there is a
The
change.
hormonal
There's a
change.
change in that, yes.
And then
The libido changes.
The libido changes, your brain goes for a 6. I became nervous in the during period. I couldn't drive a car.
Yes, that's a fact. So,
And that is a fact. This is nothing to hide about.
yes.
And then one fine morning, as I was just going through depressed. Even my servants used to say, "Saab aap aise kar lo."
The
imagine.
coordination. The
Just
coordination.
no. Just imagine. Okay, no. You should be more positive. They were teaching me how to lead my life.
Wow, because you were sharing with them everything.
No, I was not sharing. They were suggesting me that this man is just going down the hill.
They were wanting to support you because they're all your old.
And then then my wife and son. My wife was saying we should take him to a psychiatrist. I was listening to that, and then I said, "Who the hell these people are to tell me what to do?"
Yes.
I told myself.
I'll take control of myself.
That very evening, I took out my car. I went for a drive. And I thought I was too nervous. I was afraid of the lights. I was afraid of the cars. I was that everything will bang into.
Afraid of control.
Yeah, everything I was afraid of. I came back. Next day again I went. Next day again I went. Till I got back.
You challenged it.
I challenged my own self.
But trying to keep the risk factor within control.
Yes,
I'm
risk
sure.
factor. No, my risk factor was my mind. That was the biggest risk factor.
So you mind over matter.
So I controlled my mind to such an extent that
the matter didn't matter.
No, then I started driving my cars. Then I have got very big model planes, aeroplanes.
Yes.
Which I fly with a remote.
Which is your hobby.
No, then I started flying these. Then I said, let me crash a 1 or 2. Let me see how much of a confidence. This is a game of confidence. I started doing that. I started playing golf. I, started.
So be a daredevil.
No, you have to come out.
Anytime the body is trying to get into limitations, you tell the body there is no limitation. I will overcome the limitation.
Yes, so true. You have to break the barrier.
Break the barriers.
Otherwise, there are only 2 options. You're at the edge of the well. Either get away or you fall into it. The mind is the biggest trickster.
Yes. So take the plunge. Defeat the mind.
It's a devil. It's a saint. The option is which switch do you press?
Yes.
So I said, look here.
You give a command.
I said, nothing doing. I am not falling into the well. I took the reins in my own hand.
Pulled it.
rode the tiger again. So here I am today, talking to you. I don't know.
So looking so good, sir. If a cancer survivor can look like this, thanks to all the great doctors who have brought you, sent you back even healthier and fitter and more glamorous and more gorgeous. And
I think I'm more flirtatious now when I was then at that time.
so there are a few things you said is a must, because I belong to the alternative therapy field.
Yeah.
And we believe that, like, of course, mind over matter. So when they ask you to do meditation, in meditation, you come over your fears. You let the, subconscious come forward, because which is usually lying, kind of covered.
Dormant.
Yes, conscious is living and the subconscious is dormant. Here we bring the subconscious forth and we deal with everything, whatever is trying to say. If it's fear, we deal with the fear. And then in the meditation, we try to visualize what we really want. We want a healthy body, we visualize it, and that's what we get. It's like a prayer. When we pray, we don't think negative. So it's an extended form of prayer that we connect with the higher forces. The cosmic forces are there to support us, to bless us, to guide us, and it's only for our better. It doesn't want us to be sick. So when we connect and take support from that, and that is what we do in meditation, and then the message of positivity is what will translate. What you think becomes your reality. Thought becomes your reality. And then you said meditation, the message to the brain, and
yes.
And
then I said that you should auto-suggest.
Yes, that's giving message to
yes,
the brain.
The meditation and then the acupuncture and massage.
So acupuncture balances the energy, the energy
Meridian.
channels, the energy meridians.
Yeah.
So if there are blockages, which usually comes from emotional imbalance, and as a practitioner of medicine, especially integrated alternative medicine, I meet many cancer patients, and it has almost become an epidemic now. You would agree that every second, third day, you hear of someone you know, either closely or through somebody who has come down with cancer. Why is so today? Because people are very stressed. So they do not deal with it in a positive way. Stress is a part of life. It's, second nature to life, that ups and downs will be there. But we got to deal with it positively and not let it ride us. And that is really the best treatment for any illness, be it cancer or COVID or even a common cold. It's all to do with your immunity. So how much you can raise your immunity bar is how much you can really, ask for sound health. So I hope you continue to do all those practices and some exercise. Your life is very active. You are always on the move, whether you're golfing or horse riding or swimming or flying a plane. You are on the go, or you're going to your work. You're very active even today doing your practice of law, and you have such a good name in your field. So what did the doctors tell you when they sent you back, that what prognosis and how you should continue?
No, they said the only thing they said, you live your life.
Live your life.
That's it. And that's
did they ask you to make any modifications in what
I
you were
didn't have.
doing?
Poonam, I am not a drinker. I'm not a smoker. I'm basically vegetarian.
You are living a healthy lifestyle.
So I would not say that I could have changed anything more. But the only thing they suggest is that you should
get your test done.
No, test is a secondary issue.
Anji.
We should always take this control the intake of sugar.
And very inflammatory substance.
Because the sugar is a food for cancer.
Because inflammatory.
Yes. So the sugar is the worst poison which we take. The salt is there, but in everything, but for that matter, I always say that follow the principle of small portions.
Small proportion. Yeah, small portion.
When you're eating something, you want to enjoy something, have a little bit.
Send the message to the brain that you got it.
You got it, and that is it. The question is, don't treat yourself to be a dustbin.
Don't feed your hunger with that.
No, don't be stuffing yourself.
Yeah, don't overdo it, and that's what fatigues the body.
The stuffing is when you're up to here, you're burping, you're eating. That is when you greed.
Body gives you the signs.
Greed is in it. So the greed is always enjoy everything.
Yes.
Don't make yourself a dustbin. Don't be turned on this phobia that I'm not going to waste food. I always say that कि आपकी कुछ खाना बच गया है, आप कहते हैं जी मैंने इसे जाया नहीं करना, and you stuff it
Give
yourself.
it to the birds and the animals.
I say forget about the end use. But your first honesty, your priority is your own body.
Connect with your body.
Where is it written that dustbin is here?
Listen to it, watch the signals, and take action.
Yes.
Timely action.
Then feed the poor. First of all, don't feed your poor brain, tummy.
Feed the poor who really need that food.
It is immaterial whether you
Yes,
feed them or not.
Yes.
But in that process, don't kill yourself. I will eat the whole. I always say that you are driven by the phobia. I'm going to clean the plate. Don't do it.
So were you guided to get, I'm in the alternative healthcare field. So when I treat cancer patients, if they have been told to do radiation, chemo, surgery, they do that. But then they, now it's very, very, people are very aware of the alternative therapies, which are doing wonders in even in cancer, as it did in even, cases like COVID. It did magical cures with homeopathy and Ayurveda and ozone therapy, which is what we are giving regularly to our cancer patients. Because what does ozone do? It's an anti-inflammatory substance made from oxygen. So I hope you got some ozone done or not yet.
No, I did that
hyperbaric oxygen.
Yes. It is available here in India. It is in abroad. It's very expensive.
Yes.
But we have the chamber in Apollo.
Yes.
I think that's the only chamber
so
they've got.
That helps in oxygenating your cells. Which
it's a basic theme. It's a basic chemical combination. It's the oxidation of your cells. Agar aap in the morning, if you do your pranayam, what is that?
It's feeding your cells with oxygen.
Yeah. And why do you start glowing?
Yes.
That's your oxidation.
Yes. I tell my clients, I said, it's your best facial. Do some pranayam in the morning, go for a nice walk, and eat clean, and you will have a glowing skin.
I always say that, Poonam, in a very rustic fashion.
Yes.
If you do like this, and do 50 rubs.
Yes.
This is your
flow the blood.
This is your living skin.
Yes.
If you can polish your shoes, which are dead skin.
Yes.
And if you just rub why will not this shine?
Yes. First remove the dead skin.
Yes.
I always say that exfoliation is the best treatment for skin care. Once you've exfoliated all the old dead skin cells, which if it's not doing automatically because you're not making, stimulating it.
Yes.
After that, you have to do nothing. Eat well, rest, go to sleep in time, and have good night's sleep. It's the best repair therapy.
Like you're glowing without a makeup.
Thank you, sir.
That is why, because you're just rubbing your skin, polishing your skin, and
I live a stress-free life. I sleep like a baby. I do my work. End of the day, I feel very fulfilled because I feel doing service to humanity is the best. And luckily, I'm in that profession. So I have so much, fulfillment from that.
3 chairs for you.
Thank you. So are you, sir. You are helping people to, get de-stressed from their different fights which they get into. And that is very important for the, relaxation of the mind.
Stress is very overrated. The question
if you
is,
learn to deal with it, then it's nothing.
The question is, the only thing you should learn, what cultivate is, supposing you're going to sleep, you should always realize that only I'm going to sleep, because at night you can't do anything. Just close your mind to the other problems.
Yes.
If you're working, work. If you're eating, eat.
Live for the moment.
You want to cry, cry.
Very important.
So I never say, if somebody is sad, you want to be sad, be sad. Do it.
Flow those tears. They're meant to flow.
That's, abhi kisi ko bol do. If you tell somebody cry for 15 minutes, the person won't be able to cry for 15 minutes. They'll cry for 2 minutes.
2-3 minutes, and that's it. And that's such a release.
Such a release. So don't stop. Whatever you want to do, just do it.
So, Gill sir, this is the fundamental cause of cancer, and I think in every disease, for every disease. There's a center in the America somewhere, I think, where they make the patients meet once a week in a,
the group therapy.
Group therapy. And they tell them to get up and speak, say whatever they want to say, which they couldn't say, whether it's a relation, some strained relation with somebody, or something is holding up inside. That's what acupuncture does. It releases that energy blocks. And that is when everything else starts to work. Sometimes the best of therapies, they don't give results till this is done. De-stressing. Massage does that as well in a physical way. But internally, your energy centers is where you actually live. The vital force by which we really exist and we live and we function is if that is disturbed, then we cannot be healthy. And that gets fixed by releasing your emotions on day-to-day basis and learning to stay in a de-stressed way.
The question is, Poonam, every time you have to clean your system,
Cleaning is so important.
right?
Constipation is
The question is whether it's brain. If it is overloaded, delete the emotions not needed.
absolutely.
Whether it's hatred, whether it's love, whether it's greed, whether it's any damn thing. Don't hang on to things.
Do not hang on.
Let the things go. What is stress? When we just don't want to let the things go. If we said, okay, fine.
And do not cling to material things, because if you have enough to live today and it's there in your kitty to live till the end of your life, if there is something like somebody owes me something, if that doesn't affect my quality of life till my death, till my last, I don't want to think about it. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, let it be. I don't want it to to go to sleep with it. So that is, I think, very difficult to achieve.
No, that's the height of moksha. When you do these things, okay, I'll let it go. Our problem is that sometimes we just can't let it go, but we should start train our mind on a very basics that we should let it go on small things. Like if somebody is angry with you, we should let it go and ask him, why are you angry with me? If that person doesn't respond to you, then you should let it go.
If you don't have the courage, I think the best therapy is if you don't have the courage to call that person or go and meet that person, write a letter. You release it. Whether you get a response or not, it doesn't matter. You send that letter.
I always say that you should have the art of getting up from the losing table. If you're not मेरे आपसे बनती नहीं है,
हाँ जी.
Why should I get stuck with you?
Yes.
Let's move on. You just can't stick to people.
And in life, it happens sometimes. Things happen, situations get arise.
This is like you said, that what is cosmos? Cosmos' basic principle is it is in motion.
It is.
And it's very concise and very precise.
Perfect. Yeah.
First is Earth is rotating on its own axis.
Yes.
Then it is rotating around the sun. The sun galaxy is then again in movement in the whole universe. So why have you become standstill?
Keep moving. Let everything be in motion.
Go, जैसे गाड़ी चलती कोई, then you leave the stations. The people who are on your train, let them be on the train. Who have got off the train, let them be off the train. People who are late to get on your train, leave them behind. Be in motion.
So friends, this is the message from a beautiful cancer survivor who is leading as good a life as I've known him always for the last 15 years. And he's living life, he's enjoying every bit of it, and he's a great inspiration to everyone, whether it's cancer or any disease, to deal with it and do what is needed to do. Don't delay taking action. Like, you faced it head on. Let's go and finish it off. And then the doctors were with you. They're like your partners. And then you understand the doctor understands you, and it's win-win situation. And then you become more aware and more healthy because you gather some more knowledge about healthcare. You become more balanced in the approach towards everything. You start to meditate, which is, I think, fasting is the best therapy, because this body is like a machine. If you give it rest, it's going to perform better. And that's, I think, what we fail to do. Meditation for fasting the mind, and going off food every now and then, a few hours a day, if not 24 hours, to rest the body. And your machine will serve you beautifully. Even if there is some imbalances come, I think according to me, there are no diseases, there are imbalances. If it has come, it will deal with itself. The animals know better than us. They never go to a hospital and they treat themselves. They go vomit the food, they don't eat, they sit in the sun, go in silence, and they recover. So I think us human beings should learn from them. And I'm sure you have also, you practice that, as you said, that keep the portions small, which is another way of really resting the body. And be your best friend to your body, and it will support you.
I want to add a small thing to what I was saying.
Yes.
Our system, like if you say our anatomy, we have teeth, we have stomach.
Yes.
And in between these two things, there is nothing called anything like in animals. You have the people inside, they can, take out the, gesticulate the food. But we don't have that system. You should chew your food to the last.
Yes.
You make it a juice. Because inside you don't have a mill which can grind the food.
And then that has to work less.
No, there is no thing. Then only you get your gastrics.
Yes.
Every problem, because there is nothing inside the stomach which can pulverize the food.
That's true. So very true. 50% gets digested in your mouth if you
No, about 90%. Because your digestive enzymes are only in your mouth.
Only in your mouth.
Not in your stomach. In stomach you have acid. This only breaks.
Yes.
So chew your food well. Enjoy every morsel. And after every morsel you should say ke maza aa gaya.
Yes, enjoy that food like it's a feast.
It's a feast. चाहे आप अचार से खा रहे हैं रोटी, चाहे सूखी खा रहे हैं, चाहे पराठा खा रहे हैं, चाहे कुछ खा रहे हैं.
Because that will happen when you eat when you're really hungry.
तो अब जब खाने का आपको मजा ही नहीं आया, if you don't enjoy your food, whatever you're having, then it's not worth it. Just enjoy the flavor.
So, sir, fear is the worst enemy of a cancer survivor, because they feel that the nature of the disease is such that it can knock your door anytime again. Did you face anything like this, or how did you deal with it?
I'll tell you a very nice instance about my fear.
Yeah.
One day I was, in my hotel room in Detroit after my surgery. There was beautiful snow outside, and my nurse was with me, and I said, "I'm dying."
You said?
I said, "I am dying."
Why did you say that, by the way?
I don't know.
It's
the
just one of
fear,
the
subconscious, or I was looking at the snow
when you were not yet fully
recovered, and I said it 3 times. The 4th time she slapped me. She said, "You're not going to die. Nobody dies of prostate cancer. Wake up." So that is the only thing when I just sort of a fear of a fear.
Because you were probably thinking too much about it.
Not thinking, it was on mind. That there's a factor called fear of the fear.
Fear of the fear.
We are not dying, but we have a fear of dying. So conquer this.
Conquer the death. We have to die. Someday
we will die when we have to die. And there's no hurry.
और वो कहते हैं ना कि डर को ही भगा दो.
So just
डर को डरा दो.
No, the question is, tell your mind here is a computer. Feed it right.
Feed it right with the right information.
Yes. When we say, why do we cry? Because we say our brain has been fed when the things don't happen according to our
the way we want.
You start crying.
So don't have expectations.
Don't have expectations.
Do your action. Don't worry about the outcome.
No, you should have a mix. I don't say, I write sometimes, but I always don't say that you cannot have expectation at all. Have a mix.
When you do the right action, outcome is bound to come.
So the question is, have a little bit of expectation here, there, but don't get stuck to expectations.
Don't cling to it. Don't get entangled with it.
Yes, so don't worry too much what people will think. Live your life on your terms.
On your terms.
Not on relativity. What Poonam will say about me. No. I should ask myself, what would I say about myself?
Be your best judge.
Don't compare yourself to anyone. We are what we are.
Yes.
Don't bother too much what the society thinks. Do whatever your conscience says, right?
So thank you so much. You are sharing your very inspiring story.
You're phenomenal. You're wonderful. You have lived your life well.
Thank you,
let's tell everybody to live it up.
Thank you, sir.
And you have treat their life as a hobby.
Yes, and I hope that you take some of these immunity boosting treatments. Not just only because there is a history of cancer, but to improve your immunity bar.
Okay, I'm going to knock on your door and you just feed me the right things.
Vitamin C and ozone.
No, you will do it.
Yes. We will do it.
You will do it.
Thank you so much. God bless you with the longest of, healthiest of life.
That's the plan. Thank you very much.
You,